In this short video, you will learn exactly what you have to do for production run day on Monday, May 20th. During the production run, each person will be stationed at a machine, and we will use Corinne's group to transport the parts where they need to go. At the end, we will all go to Table C for construction. First, individual task instructions. My specific tasks focus on cutting each part out of the boards on the chop saw using the fixtures to be accurate and efficient. First cut will be the 14 pieces that are 10 inches long, 5 inches wide, and half an inch thick for part 6. These will be the front and back long planes of the box, one where the pencils come out and the other where the laser engraved logo is put. As soon as the boards for part 6 and 6.1 are finished, I have to immediately start cutting 7 pieces that are 6 inches wide by 10 inches long for part 1, the top. This cut will occur simultaneously with John and Emily's routing, the long hole in part 6.1. After cutting part 1, I will cut out 7 part 2 and 9s and 14 part 5s on the chop saw. This will take place while John and Emily finish routing part 6.1 and begin the first route cut on part 1. The final part that will be cut is part 4, which is the inclined plane 5 inches wide and 9 inches long. I will cut 7 of these and then rotate the chop saw to a 45-degree angle and make a diagonal cut on both sides of each piece. This will help it attach to the inside of the box. The cuts for part 4 will occur during the 2 route cuts for part 1. John, your tasks are mainly using the router with Emily, and you are also a major part of nailing the project together. The first route cut that you make is on part 6.1, half an inch from the bottom, that is 9 inches long and 1/2 an inch thick. This is where the pencils will come out. You will make this cut with the help of Emily. The second route cut is on part 1, and it is half an inch in from the top of the piece, 9 inches long and 1/2 an inch thick. This is where the pencils will go in. The final route cut you make is also on part 1, and it is 1/2 an inch in from the bottom, 2 inches long and 3/8 of an inch thick. This is where the wolf handle will slide in and out, releasing and stopping the pencils. These cuts will also be made with Emily's help. All the route cuts are being made at the same time of my chop saw cuts. Emily, your tasks are basically the same as John's, as you will both be working on the router together and will make the same cuts. You can help him by holding the boards in place and changing the fixtures, and this will not harm your broken finger while also being helpful. Later, while me, John, and Matt work on construction with the nail gun, you will glue part 9 to the bottom of the wolf. Then, after they dry a little, you will stain the wolf and part 9. Matt, your tasks as quality director are simple yet very important. Using the quality gauges you created, each part will be checked to ensure the size is accurate. If it does not meet the size requirement, then the part must be redone. Later, you will also help in the construction of the product. Love's only task that involves the creation of the product is to run the laser engraver for the STEM logo on part 6. Other than that, you have to follow your flow process chart to create packaging for one product. After each of us completes our tasks and all the parts are made, we will go to Table C where all the parts will be. First, Emily and I will glue part 4, the inclined plane, to the top of part 6, the right side. At the same time, Matt and John will be nailing part 2, the bottom, to part 6.1, the left side with the routed cut. The routed cut should be the side of the wood closest to where the 2 parts meet. You will use a table clamp and make sure that you are careful the sides are matched as perfect as possible and nail straight down so the wood does not split. Then, John, Matt, and I will nail the connected parts 4 and 6 with the connected parts 2 and 6.1 by nailing part 6 to part 2 so that a box-like shape without a top or short sides is created. At this time, Emily will be gluing part 9 to the wolf. Then, John, Matt, and I will nail part 5 to each of the short sides of the product, making it a box without a top. Finally, we will nail part 1 to the top of the box, making sure that the longer route cut on part 1 is on the opposite side of the route cut on part 6.1. During these steps, Emily should be staining the wolf and part 9. After construction, we will all stain the outside of the product, and on the side with the laser engraved logo, stain around the circle. Then, we will slide part 9 and the wolf into its slot on part 1, and John will take one product to Love for packaging. And that's how we will create our product. If you have any questions about the process, then check the flow process chart and operations chart. Make sure you view this video as well as the chart prior to the production run so that you know exactly what you have to do.